From the Town Edge Bowling Center in West Seneca, New York, it's Beat the Champ presented by Storm. Here's the lineup for today, and it starts with a brotherly battle as Pete and Charlie Zmozynski will take things off to start it with, then Tom Michalewski, and everybody tries to knock off our returning champ, Andy Rettig. Hi, everybody. I'm Paul Peck with Buffalo Bowling Hall of Famer Sue Nawojski. Oh, brother, what are we in store for today?
I don't know, but I think all these people know something we don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. This is going to be fun. Two brothers going at it for the first time on our show.
Yep, and I hear there's been a little smack being talked, and I think everybody here is well aware of what's going on, so I'm going to talk to them in a little bit and find out for myself.
Yeah, can't wait to see that, but we've got a good lineup for you. Andy Rettig, one of the best bowlers in Buffalo, awaits a couple of guys to challenge him for the title, so let's not wait any further. We don't know what we're about to get into, but I think it's going to be fun. It is Beat the Champ from West Seneca, New York. Let's get rolling. Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company, and by Latina Boulevard Foods, your favorite family in food distribution. We are ready to go with our first match, but before we do, Sue is joined next to the lanes with the brothers Zmozynski.
Thanks, Paul. I'm here with the Zmozynski brothers. Twins, I should say. I'll go to you first, Charlie. What would you like most for your birthday?
Just to win. All those videos we put on, those promo videos I see work. We have a fantastic crowd here. And just looking forward to having some fun and friendly brotherly competition. Also, I'd like to say, if you notice, my brother and I are wearing shirts dedicated to our family. Our cousin that passed away from pancreatic cancer. Bianchi Strong.
All right, thank you very much, and let's put on a good show today.
Thank you.
Pete, now tell me, who's this audience really cheering for?
Me, 100%. I mean, Charlie's here, but they're just like, coaxing him, like, whatever.
Yeah, I figured so much. I could tell. But he seems behind all these videos going on here, so.
He's better at the computer than I am because he's younger, so I'll give him that.
Who's the better bowler?
Well, me, of course.
All right, well, come on here and show us.
All right.
All right. We're going to find out for ourselves. Back to you, Paul.
All right, Sue, we want to remind you that our host center for Beat the Champ, presented by Storm, is the Town Edge Bowling Center. You can follow them on Facebook at Town Edge Bowling Bar and Grill. They are just one of our many great host centers. And if you want details on how to be a part of Beat the Champ, just stop in at any of our host centers and ask how you can be on the show, and we might be seeing you here on the lanes, especially if you have a brother. I think we welcome that. I don't know what we're about to get into here, Sue, but I know it's going to be fun. It's one of the best crowds we've ever had here on the show. They are fired up and they are ready, and the boys seem ready as well, too. Zmozynski and his brother Charlie, so this should be fun. We've had Pete on our show before. He was here on the first show 3 weeks ago from here at the Town Edge Bowling Center, so he's got a little bit of experience, but we'll see whether that has a factor in any of this at all or not. And as you mentioned, it is Charlie's birthday today, so I feel like this is going to be a day these two guys are not going to forget.
Yep, he's 10 years younger than Pete, so I'm sure he's been hearing it since the day he was born.
Well, little brother, big brother, right? There's no question about that. So, but both of these guys come from a great bowling family. It is ingrained in who they are and what they are, and Charlie's been bowling since he was 2 years old. Pete's been bowling since he was 4 years old. So it is pretty cool to see the tradition of the family and even the tradition here at the Town Edge Bowling Center.
Yeah, they're definitely a big part of the fabric of this place, and they have a lot of fun here. They have a lot of friends here, obviously. They've all showed up today to cheer them on.
Yeah, look at the crowd behind them. They are all here. I think part of them are here because they have no idea what's going to happen. They might be just here to witness mayhem, but either way, they're here to support the great Zmozynski brothers.
Well, now we've got to let it calm down a little bit because everybody's a little hyped up.
We're all, me too.
And the one thing on a condition like this, not to get serious about bowling, but on a condition like this, you can't fire it through your break point, which is what we just saw right here. So
Good spare pickup there by Pete.
these two are going to have to keep their composure.
So spares in the first frame for both guys. Pete is 46 years old, resides in Depew, New York, retired, a former corrections officer, 235 average bowls in a couple of leagues, both here at the Town Edge Bowling Center every week, but 2018 Buffalo Bowler of the Year tells you that he has bowled at a very high level.
Oh, yeah, Pete's a great bowler. And, you know, well-known, well-liked.
Yeah, just a great personality. Even when we saw him, you know, a month or so ago, things did not go well for him as he wound up losing 234 to 166 to Adam Joswiak. You just saw his personality come out and how much he enjoyed being on the show.
Well, yeah, and we did talk to him a little bit about, you know, the advantages or disadvantages of being in leagues here and being a house bowler here. And, you know, I think he had the expectation that he could just alter it a little bit, and I think the lanes turned out to be a little bit different than he expected.
Yeah, and again, we are bowling on a modified house shot here, which is a little different what we normally do here on Beat the Champ. It's not going to go down for Charlie. 36 years old, also from Depew, New York, and a New York State Corrections officer. And again, he's bowled at a high level as well, too. Some top 10 in a PBA Regional Greater Buffalo Open recently. Bowled on his high school team at Depew High School and has 32 career 300 games.
Ooh.
Yeah, we knew he liked that one. Maybe a
He
little
walked away from that
prematurely
before.
liked that one, yeah.
Would have been a little surprised if that would have chopped.
Yeah, and again, just look at the crowd here. This place is full, big turnout. They've been here. These folks have been here for a good part of the afternoon watching some of the other matches, but knowing that we were headed towards the the big battle of the brothers.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the fallout of this will be heard for weeks and weeks and weeks. They bowl together on Friday nights.
And they alluded to it in your interview, like they were putting out hype videos, or at least Charlie was, you know, on Facebook with music and wrestling moves and everything to get everybody fired up for this one. That's why part of me is worried that the brotherly shove might take a whole different meaning here at some point.
Who said there is no
today.
defense in bowling?
Yeah. Good spare pickup for Charlie Zmozynski.
And it looks to me like they're approaching the lanes differently. Peter's playing inside the lane, which, as we talked about earlier, this shot will let you play wherever you want to play. You just have to make good shots.
That's a great shot from Pete. First strike of the match. So both of these guys bowl in the leagues here at the Town Edge Bowling Center, and this show our three competitors, Charlie, Pete, and then Tom Michalewski, all qualified separately as part of the league bowlers qualifying to make this show and have the chance to go up against our returning title holder, Andy Rettig.
Right. And again, as you see, you know, we don't sacrifice any talent when we come to this fourth show, because any of these guys could have made the
We've had a few of these league bowlers actually win the titles and advance on to our next show.
Oh, for sure. All it really does is give you a smaller group to compete against. It just gives you the advantage of being able to compete against a few less players in order to make it, to up your chances of making the show.
Yeah, we had 70 entries within the league bowling qualifier. That following up the record 152 entries for our regular show, which you've seen the last 3 weeks, but 70 entries just for this league bowlers special show.
Then there's something to be said for that. This place is very league heavy, though, and they have double shifts 3 times a week, so no shortage of league bowlers here at Town Edge.
Oh, nice spare pickup for Pete. Or correction, Charlie. Getting my brothers mixed up already.
Well, if you look up quick at the purple shirt, you can't tell the difference.
You're right. You're right. All right, so Charlie will slide over with a little taunting going on from big brother Pete.
Pete's got himself a 16-pin lead at this point, so he's got a little bragging rights. But you know, I never can be too sure on these conditions. Oh, he moved in. Good choice.
That one looked good.
Good
All
choice.
the way down, it looked good.
Well, he took a different ball and a different line, and he moved in to play a little deeper. He's got a lot of ball speed.
There's a good look at Pete. Well, that one just cut through the pins.
Well, that's the danger of playing the lanes where he's playing them, because we saw with Chris Wheeler as well. If you leak it outside of the break point, it's not going to leave you something pretty.
A lot of pins staring down Pete Zmozynski. Oh, he almost got all of them, too.
That's the way you go about it, too.
So it's an open frame in the 5th for Pete. Watch it again. So you just go right between the gap, huh?
Yep.
Try to get the
well,
pin
you can do it. You
to
can do it
take
the
out
other
the
way too,
4.
like you would a washout. You can try it either way, but I think the risk factor's pretty much the same either way.
All right, so Pete will slide over for frame number 6 with the lead at the moment over his brother. And a little bit of a late break and a light hit leads him that.
Yep, he's seeing what Chris Wheeler saw, you know. And that's kind of like that jail-like feeling. If you open it up, it's not coming back. If you get it straight up the boards, it's going to hook
Right.
away on you. He's going to have to change his tactic after the break.
And that is back-to-back opens for Pete. And that takes us to our first time out here. Come on back. It's a battle of the brothers here on Beat the Champ, presented by Storm.
From the most humble of beginnings to the pinnacle, dreams can come true through hard work, demanding excellence, and conquering challenges. There will be celebrations, along with the unending quest for innovation. Nothing is impossible. Storm.
X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
From the most humble of beginnings to the pinnacle, dreams can come true through hard work, demanding excellence, and conquering challenges. There will be celebrations, along with the unending quest for innovation. Nothing is impossible. Storm.
Well, while we were gone, Charlie Zmozynski has built an 11-pin lead over his brother Pete right now as Pete gets going in the 8th frame of our first match of the day. And the crowd trying to cheer big brother Pete on here and get him into comeback mode.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a feel for the crowd, who they're cheering for.
Yep.
Pete says they're for him.
Yeah, of course he does. And a good spare in the 8th frame. I might not be able to say their last names. No one may be able to spell their last names, but everybody can see that these guys are pretty good bowlers.
Yeah. Well, and they're pretty close brothers. This is all in fun. I never did find out what's on the line here.
Ah, that's a great question. Just the most incredible amount of bragging rights you could ever come up with.
Oh, all the 5s are up. All the 5s are up. You know what that's for?
No.
5-pin. Well, that saved him some money.
All right. So if he missed it, everybody that had the 5 up got a drink out of him? Is that the deal?
Got a drink or something, yep.
All right. Well, that was a lot of pressure, wasn't it?
Still 11 pins.
This crowd looks like they're not light drinkers either. All right, so 9th frame now for Charlie. Couple of big strikes down here might put this away for the younger
Oop,
brother.
that was in.
Oh, that got away from him early.
Well, I'll tell you, we're only talking about 11 pins here, so count is important. I mean, a 7 count, cuts this lead down. Something tells me Tom Michalewski isn't getting too nervous over there.
Yeah, well,
he'll take either of these guys.
He knows he's going to face a Zmozynski brother. He just doesn't know which one yet. Good spare
That was a
pickup.
great spare.
Yeah, good spare pickup. All right, now Pete's got some work to do here in the 9th frame.
Well, he can shut him out. I hate to say this, but if he strikes out, he can win. Oop. Oh.
Not only did the 1 pin bump it, but the other pin was headed that way to take it out, and neither happened. Look at
Never
that.
got over
How
there.
close did that come?
All right, good spare. 9-pin difference.
All right, so Pete will slide over to lane 7 for his final shots.
He can't shut his brother out, but he can make it difficult. But he's going to have to find a way to strike. There's one.
There you go.
There's the love he's been looking for all game.
Now we got the crowd going. Can he make it 2 in a row? Not quite.
He needs to pick this up to make a mark. If he. All right.
So the 178 score goes on the board for Pete Zmozynski. And now younger brother Charlie, for all the bragging rights and an ultimate lifetime of brotherly trash talk, here comes Chris. Same thing. Both brothers can't seem to get the 2-pin to go down. So if Charlie can get this 2-pin and count, he will be the greatest Zmozynski brother ever.
Oh boy, you're. Oh, there we go.
And he'll get a chance to bowl again in our next match against Tom Michalewski.
See, Pete couldn't lose because if he won the match, then he had the older brother bragging rights. But
Yep.
if he lost the match, then he was just giving his brother a birthday present.
Happy birthday, Charlie. Charlie Zmozynski, 186, 178 over his brother. He'll bowl again when we return. It's match number 2. It's Tom Michalewski against Charlie Zmozynski. The winner to take on our returning champion, Andy Rettig. And again, it looks as though Charlie has survived the brotherly battle with Pete and now has to refocus himself on another guy that I'm sure he knows really well, another Town Edge Bowling Center League bowler in Tom Michalewski.
Yeah, I guess that big logo on the front of his shirt gives it away.
You think?
Yeah.
There you go. Can you tell that the divided brotherly crowd from match number 1 is now all behind Charlie Zmozynski?
It does appear to be that way.
Poor Tom, right? I feel bad for Tom, right?
We'll
like
see.
he's got friends here too, but everybody was so riled up for the brothers, you know, that now they're turning their attention against him.
I feel like those might be his 2 little girls out in the crowd. Whoop.
There it goes.
Sounds like a fair. They're
Yeah.
cheering fairly.
34 years old from Orchard Park, New York, a regional manager at Riches. Is Tom Michalewski. Bowls in a league here and then part-time in another league, and has bowled in high school at Maryvale High School, in college at Canisius University, and a number of college tournament single and doubles wins over the career of Tom Michalewski.
Oh, that was in.
Yeah, that got way to the left.
We have now seen a couple times that when you get that ball going down the middle of the lane, you never see that in league because there's too much oil to hold the ball back. But that's a true indication of what they're bowling on out there when you see that ball run away from that pin like that.
So you got to keep it out on the edges.
You got to keep it going left to right to start out.
That was nearly a very nifty pickup.
Well, I thought he had it. That's a tough spare on this. I mean, if it's tough to throw a strike, it's going to be tough to make
Right.
that spare.
Yeah, again, you know, it's the modified house shot. It's a little more difficult of a oil pattern for these guys who are used to bowling on the standard house shot. And we didn't have a whole lot of strikes in that first match.
Now, I guess it stands to reason that because the in-house qualifier, which is what they competed in for 1 month prior to the qualifier that they would all go to make the show, which is a separate event, they did all of their in-house qualifying on their house shots because that's their regular league shot and they qualified in league. So truthfully, these guys only saw this pattern when they came back for the finals.
Gotcha. Yes, because while they qualified on the house shot, our previous 3 weeks here at Town Edge was the modified house shot. So
Everyone qualified on it
right, so
from
it's
there.
not like they were used to it from qualifying.
Right. Yeah, and the in-house finals that they would have bowled was also on this shot, but that would have been the first time they saw it. Great shot.
Nice. And a good start for Charlie Zmozynski with strikes in 2 of the first 3 frames.
Really great shot. I mean, I think that the match with his brother was just so much excitement that, you know, it was hard to focus. And
Sure.
it's really hard to score on this without focusing.
Tom looks like he doesn't have any trouble focusing. And there's a nice strike for him. 2 of the first 3. Great pin action.
Got that in too.
You could tell right away. Tell right away. So that's the second time
Yep,
now
same thing
in
on that
3
lane.
frames that he's had the exact same thing happen to him, except this time he only leaves 3 after he left 4 pins in the second frame.
Yep, you can cut it short. And that's just the process of them cutting it short.
2 career 300 games, a high 796 series for Tom Michalewski. One of the highlights of his bowling career. Good pickup there. Is starting the Canisius then college bowling team 2009 and finishing as one of the top 50 teams in the country a couple of years later.
There's no experience as good as college bowling. I mean, it teaches you how to be part of a team, and there's nothing like winning with your teammates or just being in the trenches with your teammates. I mean, really, it's a great experience at a great age.
And I'm sure you'll tell me the road trips were fun too.
They were.
I'm sure. What happened here to Charlie?
That lane hooks up when you play up the gutter, and the other lane is tighter when you play up the gutter. And he just got that in. Yeah, you know how they're getting it to the lip all day? You still need to go left to right, even though you're standing further right on the lane.
Open frame in the 4th for Charlie Zmozynski.
That evens this game right back up again.
Yep. So each guy has 2 strikes, a spare, and an open.
And the same count, pretty much the same count on an open. It couldn't be much closer. So he got that one in. He got away with it.
I don't think he liked it right at the beginning, but then I think he realized he might be okay because you kind of see him watch it.
Yeah, well, he knows it's going in the wrong direction, but he did carry it.
Yep.
That's why he did the fake little left-handed at the end of the approach. He followed through with his left hand. That's to act like he was really a left-handed bowler, and that would have been the right pocket for the left-hander.
So much fun watching the reaction shots to all of these guys. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow.
Look at that thing wobble and bobble and everything else.
That was not meant to be.
That's not fair. That's just not fair. Look at all the
So-
action from the 10 pin.
That 6 comes back and gives it a love tap, and that doesn't make it fall. And so other pin's coming at it. That doesn't
Misses
make it
it.
fall. One pin separating these two guys. So Tom needs to make his first ball pretty much what he thinks about to make that spare that he's been leaving. that 1-2-4 that he's had no problem making. He's really got to try to execute that shot better. Got it that time.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back for the wrap-up of this one. We are off and rolling here at the Town Edge Bowling Center, West Seneca, New York.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends,
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
we are
The bowling proprietors.
Of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
I'm Paul Peck.
And I'm Nawojski.
We want to see you out here bowling for the top spot on Beat the Champ.
So get to any of our great host centers and get the details on how you can be a part of the show and be our next winner.
And don't miss any of the action here on MSG every week.
Yeah, so check out the show next week or get out there and qualify and be our Beat the Champ winner.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends,
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
we are
The bowling proprietors.
Of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
It's the 8th frame for Tom Michalewski. It is a tight match with Charlie Zmozynski. Good strike for Tom here in the 8th. Winner of this match takes on our returning champion, Andy Rettig, for the right to move on to next week's shows in Salamanca, New York.
It's almost looking like the first player who can double will be the one to win, because every other frame seems to be struggling with one of the lanes.
So Charlie, coming off a strike in the 7th, has a chance here.
And that 10-pin has been pesky on the right lane.
So no double for Charlie.
Not much more he can do. These guys
Nope.
have put it there every time, and we've seen that 10-pin stand in last 3 frames.
We've seen it stand in, we've seen it bobble, we've seen it slide, we've seen it do everything but go down. Yeah. Ninth frame now for Charlie. .32 career 300 games, a high .834 series in his bowling career. Bowls in a couple of lanes, a couple of leagues a week as Tom Michalewski looks on.
And right here, he'd be more than happy to take a 206. Oh, rough one. Firm and through the break point. Here's how sensitive the patterns are, though. That did not look like a bad shot.
No, it on that replay,
It was just a
looked
little
pretty
firm.
darn perfect.
Well, that's going to make Tom's life a little easier.
Yeah, just guys are both struggling to try to get the
Well, it's hard
hits
to
in the
get
right
loose.
place and how to get the pins to
Yeah,
help.
it's really hard to get loose when it's this tough.
I mean, again, that looked like a pretty perfect shot.
It looked like a good shot, and then it just ran out of steam. Big spare here, though. So put him up 14 pins.
And it does. And that might be the clutch clinching shot to send Tom Michalewski off to our finals.
He needs to make a spare.
So the goal here in the 10th frame for Tom Michalewski to knock down 17 pins. Well, got 6 of them.
So now he's going to have to make this. Yeah, that count really hurt him because he has to make this and strike. That would create the possibility of a tie. But first he has to make this, and it's makeable. Hit the 1-2, just like that.
Wow. How about that? Very clutch spare for Tom Michalewski.
So that spare is still forcing Charlie to have to double. And if he strikes here, Charlie can't beat him. He can only tie him.
So Tom Michalewski puts down 8 and puts up a 181.
So he needs 2 strikes and 9 here.
So that's what Charlie Zmozynski needs to advance to our finals.
Well, at least he has a chance.
Absolutely.
Putting in his interchangeable thumb. Did you see him twist the ball?
I didn't.
Take the thumb out of one ball, the thumb grip out of one ball, and put it in the other, so your thumb always feels the same. That was in.
Got one. Crowd loves it.
The crowd loves it. Your opponent does not.
No.
That's when it's so bad it's good.
Yeah, that was a majorly high hit that still got him what he needed.
That was a Brooklyn.
Like, I can't believe you got that.
It was very classy.
He needs another one. And he won't get it. A valiant run, but it's Tom Michalewski that advances to our finals against Andy Rettig. It is coming your way next on Beat the Champ, presented by Storm. It's our championship match. Andy Rettig going to try to make it 2 in a row against Tom Michalewski, coming off that win that you just saw against Charlie Zmozynski. And it will be Michalewski that will start. And Andy Rettig, one of the real pros in the bowling world here in Western New York, will await his chance to get out there and win for a second straight week.
Ball change.
Well, whatever it
Yeah,
was,
he
it worked.
changed balls for that. He has a new approach.
Andy Rettig, 53 years old, from Hamburg, New York. Employed in the Department of Homeland Security, brings a .235 bowling average into this match. This is his third appearance here on the show, and of course, if you were with us last week, he advanced with a win over Nick Keitlinger, 248 to 223 last week.
That ball was a little slow.
Yeah, no kidding. We have seen that be somewhat of an issue for Andy, and then he sort of starts to figure it out.
Good spare.
Or he just makes his spares.
I mean, he doesn't throw it really hard to start, but you can really see it when it's slow, because the ball starts to move a little sooner.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row. And
Yeah, that was a better shot.
That's an ugly spare that he's staring down.
But a worse leave, that's for sure.
What do you do with this one, Sue?
Take your 2.
Just take 2 and go on to the next frame.
Yeah. I mean, it's makeable, but is it worth giving up the pin if you don't?
No. So it's an 8-pin open frame in the second for Andy Rettig.
Which I think he started off just about every match with an open frame,
You know,
early
I
on,
can tell you if
except for
that's the
one.
case. He had an open in the second of one match, and then in the championship match, he did not have an open at all.
That was the
but
one.
he had an open in the first in his first match last week. So Andy has actually won 3 matches in a row right now. Dating back to last week's show where he had to win his way through to the title.
So this ball change on the right lane left the same thing he left with the other ball. So it's not very different for him. Yep. That's the difference
weird.
in the ball change. This ball must do less than the other ball does.
So that wasn't necessarily the best decision Tom could have made. So both guys is trying to find their way through this championship
Well, they're
match.
even. They're even.
They're even.
We're back to 0.
Not exactly the way they wanted to be even. And again, that's a late, hard
Oh,
left
yeah. So
turn.
I'm certain that he took a ball out that does absolutely nothing. Because that ran away, but it didn't run away that much. Oh, there's the people wanting their drinks.
Oh, we got the 5 again, huh?
They come out of everywhere with their hands up.
There it is.
Don't miss it. Paul, put your hand down.
Hey, stop it. It's so funny. This is the interaction with the fans is awesome. Now, is that a Western New York thing? Is that a everywhere?
I'm gonna be
That's the
honest with
5. That's an everywhere
Everywhere.
thing. I assume that's because it's a rather rare circumstance. That is not a rare circumstance. Andy Rettig finding his groove and grabbing a strike.
It's the sign of a weak shot. If you leave a 5
If you
pin.
leave a 5,
Yeah.
okay. So if you're going to embarrass yourself by that, we're going to make you buy a drink if
it
everyone
is
a drink if you
also,
don't make it.
well, only if you miss it. Because if you miss it, it's really hard to miss a 5 pin because you're shooting for the pocket all the time.
Right.
So
And it's right there in the middle.
And you can miss to the right and to the left and still get it. So that's why you have to.
And again, just not a lot of ball speed for Andy Rettig. And when that happens, this is what happens to him is he leaves these crazy spare scenarios.
Yeah, that was right on the head pin.
Yeah,
That's as high as it gets.
the 4-7-10. Take the 2 and go home. Yes, he gets it. We will take our about 2 minutes because we're going to take a timeout right here. Back with the remainder of our championship match in a moment.
From the most humble of beginnings to the pinnacle, dreams can come true through hard work, demanding excellence, and conquering challenges. There will be celebrations, along with the unending quest for innovation. Nothing is impossible. Storm.
.12X Tech Bowling Supplies is committed to continuing the decades-long tradition of excellence established by the DeSanto family. We are the ultimate destination for customer service, experience, and product variety. We offer an extensive inventory of balls, bags, shoes, and accessories. Our unique fitting and drilling process, combined with our in-house lane, ensures a perfect fit every time. With a range of repair and maintenance services, we can help keep your gear performing at its best. Consult our team today at 1000 Highland Drive in the J. Scuddy South Plaza, conveniently located off of 390 in Henrietta.
7th frame for Andy Rettig. Chance to take the lead away from Tom Michalewski as both guys seem to have found a little groove here while we were gone. Big strike. That's a double for Andy Rettig. First by either bowler in this championship match.
But enough to take the lead.
Perfect.
Andy's just getting away from that gutter where he was playing, where it was overreacting for him, and using a little bit more of that mid-lane oil, hold the ball off.
Yeah, I mean, Andy Rettig has the lead in this match, and that includes 3 open frames on his part.
Oh, that was out more. Almost a split there.
Yeah, almost. And again, keeping the door open for Tom Michalewski.
See where earlier that ball was backing off when it was heading for the pocket. It wasn't driving. Now the ball's starting to drive, and that's just a result of the lanes changing, wearing down.
Spare in the 8th frame for Andy Rettig. And now the 8th frame for Tom Michalewski, the 34-year-old from Orchard Park, New York.
Count's going to be important here. There's only 2 pins separating them.
Well, the whole left side goes down. Most of the right side doesn't.
That almost looked like one of those bowling machines when all the pins go straight back.
Yes. Where they,
Watch,
where they
watch.
pop back up, right?
Those didn't budge. Tough spare.
Yeah. So
Tough spare and bad count. 2 bad things in a row.
even though they're clumped together, this is a tough one.
This is a tough one because getting the back pin out is always a challenge, and still getting the 10 out. And he's using a ball that doesn't drive, and that's where you would hook the ball into the sleeper, the 3-6. You would hook the ball into that.
Gotcha.
And then the 6 would take out the 10. In this case, he used a ball that goes dead straight and just took the 2 straight back. it's really, really hard to make it the way with that ball. And that leaves the door really open for Andy.
Yeah, so that's 3 opens in this match for Tom as well. And again, big hard left turn. Seen Tom be
he's using a
affected
ball
by that a bunch of times.
Going very straight, and it is still running away in the pocket. You can absolutely not hit the pocket that way.
And just, again, hooked late, and he only gets one of the 2, and it's another open frame.
Well, we talked about how the multiple pin spares are nightmares on tough lane conditions, and those are the 2 reasons why.
Yep.
You get those back pins, and they're really hard to get out.
All right, so 9th frame now for Andy Rettig. And that's a very big, important strike.
Yeah, first of all, he struck on that lane last time, so he's kind of got it down. Second of all, most of the pressure is off of him at this point when your opponent has 2 opens.
So all Andy Rettig needs here in the 10th frame is 6 pins, and we'll get another fist pump out of him, and we'll get another week out of him because we'll see him next week in Salamanca, New York. And there's the 6 plus 4. So Andy Rettig is our winner for the 2nd straight week. We'll talk to Andy and wrap up our stay at the Town Edge Bowling Center when we return in a moment.
The Western New York area has long been considered one of the best anywhere for the sport of bowling.
And no matter where you live, we have lanes nearby.
For top competition,
Fun with family and friends.
great food and drink, or just a night out, we got you.
We are the Bowling Proprietors
Of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today.
I'm Paul Peck.
And I'm Nawojski. We want to see you out here bowling for the top spot on Beat the Champ.
So get to any of our great host centers and get the details on how you can be a part of the show and be our next winner.
And don't miss any of the action here on MSG every week.
Yeah, so check out the show next week or get out there and qualify and be our Beat the Champ winner.
Beat the Champ is sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company, and by the Bowling Proprietors Association of Western New York. Stop in and enjoy our sport today. Well, Andy Rettig, in your amazing career, I would guess you haven't won a whole lot with 3 open frames and a less than 200 score.
Not too often, but you got to take them when you can get them, I guess.
You kind of battled, didn't you?
Absolutely. I think Pete and Charlie really screwed those lanes up, is all I got to say.
We're going to blame everything on Pete and Charlie for today.
Well, at the end of the day, it's not how many. It's just that it's more than the other guy, right?
Absolutely, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And it means we get to see Andy Rettig again. He'll make the trip to Salamanca, where we'll all be next week when you join us on Beat the Champ, presented by Storm.